All right, here we are again for Craft Roulette. So today, on episode 154, the parameters were superhero, shaped card. You could use yellow, green, and blue, and a fancy circle. So now I'm ready to take my stash dive, and I have my 3 markers. I'm going to use G14 for the green. I'm going to use yellow 08. I'm going to use blue 18 for my colors. I have some blue, some yellow, and green paper. I already cut the yellow one out because I was trying to decide what shape card I wanted to do. So we have that. My shape card is going to be this kind of crazy looking shape. I cut this on my Cameo. I was going to use just nesting dies and realized I really didn't have a nesting die that was big enough to make a card. They were all 4 inches and that was kind of small. I wanted to go closer to 6. So I just cut out, picked the shape, cut it out. For my superhero, I have this little guy from Crafter's Companion. He was in a sub box. I think I'm going to use him. I was leaning toward using these Karen Bernstein dies for the little characters because there actually is a cape and a mask. But I decided I didn't want to dress up the dog or the cat or the bunnies or the other ones I have because I have this sentiment from Riley and Company. And it says, whatever you are doing today, do it with the confidence of a 4-year-old wearing a Batman t-shirt. And I thought that was perfect. It was actually the first thing that came to mind when superheroes came up. So I think those two go together better. So this is what I have. And it's a rubber stamp from Riley and Company. Some of their stuff is acrylic and some of it is rubber. And this one happens to be rubber. If you've never bought anything from them before, go look. Their Funny Bones line of sentiments are hilarious. Some of them I would like on a t-shirt or a shadow box. But yeah, they're pretty awesome. They are right up there. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is make the card base. Let's move all this to the side. A little guy to the side. A little stash dive sign out of the way. And you can make a shaped card with any nesting dies you have. And this kind of tore a little bit when I pulled it out of my machine, so that's going to be the top. Yeah, we'll make it like that. Yeah, and all you have to do is you take your largest nesting die you have in the set. And you will cut out 2. There's 2 ways to do it. I'm going to do this the simple way. So cut out 2 dies. Take your die. And you are going to want to score it about a 1/2 inch. This does not have to be exact. And it will be a little bit different too, depending on the shape of the die that you picked. But you're just going to score this. I used heavy cardstock here, so. For this one, a 1/2 inch is good. It gets below all the little ridges here. And score it a couple times. Get a really good score in there. Because you're going to want to use heavy cardstock for this. Then just fold it a little bit. Get that working. Alright, so now we've got a little flap. Alright, let's move this out of the way. Alright, so now you're going to take some good glue, whatever your favorite glue is. And we are going to put glue above our score line. Like I said, this works with any shape and any size. If you want to make a little tag, do the same thing, just use a smaller nesting die. And then you just line them up. Oh, I think I flipped one of these upside down. Oh, nope, it's good. All right. And so the one with the score line on it is in the back. So that way your front is all nice and pretty. Give that a second to dry. And when you open it, let's just pretend it's dry, you now have your card. And you can do this with any shape die. So I'm going to squeeze this back together again. And I'm going to put this to the side to dry a bit while we work on the rest of it. So like I said, I did this on my Cameo. And so I just went down and made an eternal offset to make the next one down. If you were using a set of nesting dies, you would just use the next one down. And so this is going to go here for my mat on my card. And this is still sliding a little bit. There you go. Now I'm going to stop touching it, let it dry. So this is going to be my base, my mat on my card. So I need to color my little guy here first. So let's color him in. So we can use metallics. So I'm going to put a little bit of silver on him, I think, maybe. So let's see. Let's give him maybe some green shoes. All right, so there's our little superhero. He will be on here. So now I have blue and green cut out of my circles. Let's see. Yeah, so I think the biggest one I'm going to cut green, since his green is all on the inside there. And then the next one down, I will cut out of the blue. I'm trying to decide if that's too small to put behind him. Yeah, I think that one's going to be too small. All right, so let me cut these out. And these nesting dies are from Crafter's Companion. They're the inverted stitched, and they come in 2 pieces with the circles and this piece, because some of it has a cutting edge, some of it doesn't. All right, so there's 1. Here's 2. All right, so let's see what we have now. I have the big green one. I have the small blue. I have the little superhero guy. And this needs to go up here in the corner. So let me get this stamped and done so that I see how much real estate I have to work with. Yeah, so I'm going to do this 3 inches by 2 1/4. This was an extra piece I had, so I'm just going to cut the end of this off. There we go. That's good size. Bring in my stamping platform. My Gina K ink. right, so that looks good. Let's see what we have here now. All right, let's see if this is dry enough for me to handle it. Yep, we're good. Now we have our card base, and that's really all you need to do. You can do that for any shape that you have in your stash. All right, so this will be here. This will have to be over here in the corner. Offset a little bit. I think I'm going to cut out a white one size down. All right, so I cut out a green and a white. So let's see here. Here's the white. Yeah, definitely needed a third one. The white. Oh, I think the white. I think it needs to be white. And this can hang off the card since the card goes to here to here. It can be up in the little ridgy part. Yeah, I'm going to put him on foam. Oh yeah, that's what that needed. All right, so the blue. See, I thought that would go in the middle, but this is too big unless I can cut this down some. Oh, I think that will work. I think this needs a frame or something. Let's see. I think that's what it needed. Let's see. Let's bring this back in. I think this needs foam too. Oh, that's better. We'll just make sure that fits in there like that and that. Oh, there we go. There we go. We're good. What if... You know what? Let me cut a white circle and see what this looks like. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think it needs the white. Yep, needed the white. Okay. I'm going to turn this sideways. So I need to make sure it's not higher than that. Well, actually, how much leeway do I have here? This card is it's not quite 6 inches, so I can go a little bit above there and still be okay. Let's see. Whatever you do today, do it with the confidence of a 4-year-old wearing a Batman t-shirt. There we go. I think that's it. I think maybe I'd add some sparkle. So there it is. So I hope you liked it. So here we are for episode 154 of Craft Roulette. We have a superhero. We have a shaped card. We have yellow, green, and blue. And we have a fancy circle. These are all fancy circles. So there we go. I'm loving these stash dives that we're taking. This is definitely a stash dive card. And until next time, stay crafty.